365 human years make 1 year of the Devas and the Pittas, the gods, and the ancestors. For are the ages in the land of Virata, the Krita, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. The Krita Yuga lasts for 4,800 divine years, the Treta for 3,600, the Dwapara for 2,400 and the Kali for 1,200, and then another Krita begins. The Krita or Satya Yuga is an age of purity, it is sinless. Dharma, righteousness, is perfect and walks on 4 feet in the Krita. However, from the Treta Yuga, adharma, evil, comes to the world and the very fabric of time begins to decay. Finally, the Kali Yuga, the 4th age, is almost entirely corrupt, with Dharma barely surviving, hobbling on 1 foot. A Chatu Yuga, a cycle of 4 ages, is 12,000 divine years, or 365x 12,000 human years long. 71. Chaturayugas make a Manvantara, 14 Manvantaras, a Kalpa. A Kalpa of a 1,000 Chaturayugas, 12 million divine years, is 1 day of Brahma, the Creator. 8,000 Brahma years make 1 Brahma Yuga, 1,000 Brahma Yugas make a Savannah, and Brahma's life is 3,003 Savannas long. 1 day of Mahavishnu is the lifetime of Brahma. The Great War, the Mahabharata, is fought at the very end of a Dwapara Yuga, the 3rd age, just before the sinister Kali Yuga begins. Once, in time out of mind, the gods created the Kshatriyas to establish Dharma, justice, in an anarchic world. Most royal Kshatriya bloodlines can be traced back to the Devas themselves. In the most ancient days, the gods came freely to the earth. But in time, generations, the noble race of warrior kings has grown arrogant and greedy. By the end of the Dwapara Yuga, they have become tyrants and they are still practically invincible. Krishna, the Avatara, and his cousins, the Pandavas, are born to destroy the power of the Kshatriyas of Bharatavarsha, India, forever. This is what the Mahabharata Yuddha, the war on the crack of the ages, accomplishes, and thus ushers in the Kali Yuga, modern times. By the Hindu calendar, the Great War was fought some 5,000 years ago. The House of Kuru is one of the oldest and noblest royal houses. It traces its origins to Somadeva, the moon god. Timeless Hastinapura, the city of elephants, is the capital of the Kuru kingdom, and one great king after another has ruled from here. The legend of the Mahabharata begins with King Shantanu of the Kurush and how a son is born to him. But that prince, Devavrata, will never sit upon his father's throne. Instead, Shantanu's blind grandson, Dhritarashtra, will become king. The main theme of the Mahabharata is the story of Dhritarashtra's sons, the Kauravas, and his brother Panda's sons, the Pandavas, and the enmity between them. Dhritarashtra's 100 boys are evil princes, led by the eldest of them, the ruthless Duryodhana, who is a demon. Pandu's 5 princes are Devaputras, Deva's sons, born to fight for Dharma in the world. They are Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. Almost every king in Bharatavarsha takes one side or the other in the great war, and 10 million Kshatriyas are killed. Dharma is established again on earth. But an age has ended and another has begun. The Maharishi Vyasa, the poet of the Mahabharata, himself wanders in and out of the story. Unearthly beings, Devas, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Nagas, and Apsaras, find their way into the story, as do demonic ones, Asuras, and Rakshasas. The Mahabharata is set in a pristine and magical time of the earth. Its heroes and villains are all larger than life. The war itself is fought with occult weapons, the astras of the gods. Just before the war begins, the 3rd Pandava, Arjuna, the greatest archer in the world, loses his nerve on the field of Kurukshetra. That perfect warrior cannot bear the thought of killing his cousins. Krishna, who is Arjuna's charioteer, expounds the eternal Dharma to him. This exposition is the Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God. The Gita is the heart of the Mahabharata, its real treasure. At one level, all the rest of the restless action of the epic is a quest for the precious Gita and its stillness. The Gita is the Hindu's New Testament. Scenario Abhaya Madhai, between two immense armies, on the brink of a savage war, the Avatara sings his wisdom. To this day, Kurukshetra is holy ground for the Hindu because it was here that Krishna sang his immortal Gita. And here that he revealed his Viswarupa, his cosmic form, to Arjuna. The original Mahabharata in Sanskrit is an epic poem of 100,000 couplets, 7 times as long as the Iliad and the Odyssey combined. To record his epic for posterity is such a daunting task that Vyasa begs the elephant-headed god Ganesha to be his scribe. Ganesha has one stipulation: Vyasa must never keep him waiting for even a moment during the narration. The poet agrees and manages to keep ahead of his quicksilver writer, often with long digressions from his main story. Ganesha writes down Vyasa's legend with a tusk he breaks from his own face. This is a modern prose version of Vyasa's timeless epic, The Legend of the Sons of Pandu.